So, in my last video, sorry it cut off so randomly, but in my last video I had just started talking about example 2, so of disability discrimination, real life examples. So example 2, it was about a little girl who sits at a school, who's at her school desk, and she looks at pictures of her classmates and divides the pictures into 3 groups: girls, boys, and handicaps. So this is wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, handicaps should not be put in its own separate pile. It should be put, if it's a girl handicap, then she should go in the girl pile. Same goes with the boys. Like, why would it be a whole separate pile? And this little girl, she obviously didn't know better. She must have gotten this from her parents, who probably put this in her head that disabled people are just weird, and they're not human. They're their own category of species. That's going too far, but there are definitely people out there who think that way. So my third example is a longtime host from the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon, which is a television show, or something, I think, writes in a national magazine that if he had a disability, he would only be half a person. So first of all, a disabled person is a whole person, not half. And so that's kind of all wrong. And I could probably rant on about this example and the other two for a long time, but I won't. So I will just let you guys think about that. But something that is good that happened for disabled people is the Paralympics. So it is the second biggest sporting event in the world, next to the Olympics, obviously. It was first started by Dr. Ludwig Guttmann. He organized the games to honor all the veterans that were coming back from World War II and that were permanently injured. So, they were handicapped now, and probably just things like missing limbs. And then in 1952, an ex-Dutch serviceman joined and the games were founded. A second cool thing that happened for disabled people is Gallaudet University. Gallaudet University is a deaf school, and it's dedicated for only people that are deaf. It only has students that are deaf. And it's the only it's the top deaf school in the US, and it is located in Washington, D.C., and it was founded in 1864. So just a couple things that anybody could do is these. So help a disabled person with simple things every day. So 5 easy things you can do if you ever see a disabled person. First of all, treat them like you would anyone else. Don't treat them like they're different. Don't treat them like their disability makes them a whole different person, because the disability makes them who they are. That's what makes them special. And that's not a bad thing. Don't treat their disability as something to be ashamed of, because it's not. They should never be ashamed of their disability, because it's not like they had control over being disabled or not. Stand up for their rights. Everyone has rights. Everyone has equal rights. Not everyone thinks so. There's lots of debates about that, but I believe that everybody has equal rights, whether you're black, whether you're a woman, or whether you're disabled. Treat them with the respect they deserve. Everyone deserves respect, just treat them with the respect that they deserve. And of course, ask if they need help before helping them, because I think this is sort of goes along the lines of what that lady at the airport happened, what the lady who gave her the quarter, or the person, whoever it was sort of thinking oh, this person's disabled, they need money. But that woman was in a business suit, so she was obviously probably doing just fine on her own. And so yeah, just because you don't want to make a disabled person feel stupid. I'm sure that they feel that way all the time anyways, just because of all the discrimination that goes on around them every day. And then back to things that you can do. You can be a friend to a disabled person. You can start a charity or an organization. And so lots of people with disability can't afford essential necessities for their disability, so things like wheelchairs or guide dogs. And so you can start where you can raise money for that. You can raise money and just donate it to a charity or organization that is already been started. And so thank you for listening, and go out there and make a change. Yeah. Thank you.